Are those morons out there? I can make them eat dog food and they'll think it's steak. Sure, I got them like this.
What is going on out there, peeps? Oh, yeah. Take a look at it. Don't be jealous. Yep. Pimpy has now gotten himself a sovereign status. Yes, this is my Pimpy token. This is what I use to get into whatever this secret palace is. We don't need a decoder ring or a secret handshake or anything like that. And this is Pimpy, where I'm from. What is my status sovereign? My biometrics number. There it is. Yep. For $2,500, you can have them change your status as well. Anyways, as usual, when I put out a video that becomes a hot topic, I like to come back and read the comments, answer any questions, or respond to any of the comments down below, because this gives me an opportunity to interact with those individuals who listen to my videos. So we're talking about the, what is that, the CSQR system. Isn't that what it is? All right, so let's go over to the comment section and see what people have to say. Before we get started, though, do me a favor, hit the thumbs up button. If you're not a subscriber, please do so, because when you do, it helps out the channel, and I certainly do appreciate it. If you're thinking about buying gold and silver, and you should be, go to our friends over there at Money Metals Exchange. The link is down below in the description. If you're a first-time buyer and you spend more than $100, use promo code PIMPY, P-I-M-P-Y, and you will get a free half ounce of silver. So this is the video that I'm talking about right here. So there was an explosion all over the social media platforms about this new system that was coming out, and these people were getting paid all kinds of money and showing us who's a sellout and who's not a sellout. No, I mean, it was a crazy website. And of course, when I first heard about it, it wasn't surprising to me. And somebody said, do you think it's real? I said, well, I haven't seen the website. But I mean, it wouldn't be surprising because the cabal, their goal is to do that. But it's called the central bank digital currency. Is this something separate? I said. And they're saying, yes, you got to go check it out. So people send me the links. I went to the website. It didn't take long for me to start debunking it. Just on the very first page alone, the fact that they just threw some address on there because they didn't think somebody would actually look it up. I did. It was in Vietnam, but it wasn't to the company they were claiming it went to. And the fact that they put a email address on there was surprising to me, considering isn't this the us versus the cabal? If you give them an email address, it doesn't get taken long for them to track you. So that's one of the first things that crossed my mind. As I went through all the different pages and read what they have to say, I was thinking to myself, this is too easy. It would take me not even a minute to round these people up. I gave my friend a call. I told him to take a look at the video. He took a look at it, and I says, when you saw it, what do you think? I mean, doesn't it stick out to you as fake? He goes, nothing sticks out right away. He goes, I thought it was kind of interesting and it looked real. And I thought to myself, man, are people really missing the obvious? He goes, why? And I went through the whole thing that I explained in the video. He goes, yeah, but see, not everybody comes from the corporate world. Not everybody comes from healthcare. Not everybody has to get login access to a computer. So I wouldn't have thought about running a report. But I mean, I understand what you're saying, and you're right. But that's something that went across my mind. And I thought, oh, man, that's probably what it is. A lot of people would not have picked that up because they don't have to deal with computers. And like he said, and there are people probably working in computers, but don't know you can run reports like that. And he makes a great point. He said, actually, you pointing it out, the way you're explaining it makes perfectly good sense. And once you started explaining how it works to me, he said, the first thing I thought was, well, these people definitely are a fraud. If there's somebody on their staff that's supposed to have come from the intelligence side of the world, but wouldn't have thought to stop them from publishing a website like that with all that valuable information, like you pointed out, yeah, that don't make sense to me. He says, once you explain it, then it's easy to go, yeah, you know, I get what Pimpy's saying. He's like, they would be dead in their heartbeat Yeah, exactly. And that's what it was. So I get it. There are some people out there who wouldn't have thought about that. That's why there's a group of people out there who went to the websites and believed everything that there was on there. It's because they have nothing to compare to, or they don't have any experience in the fields that I do, that make this an obvious fake to me. It was a good thing to go through and point these things out. And I come through and say, hey, look, don't believe these people. And let me tell you why. And I explain it. So, anyways, look, this CSRQ thing is just crap. I had somebody say to me, Pimpy, no, you're wrong. Did you hear the interviews? And I was like, what interviews? What are you talking about? So they sent me to a couple of videos in which there's supposed to be an interview. Come to find out, it's not the people talking. You can hear them on the video. People are reading transcripts of the interview. And when I went through the transcripts, I was like, no, these are the most ridiculous things I've ever read in my life. Somebody from the intelligence community isn't going to talk like the person is, so-called Gideon person. It's just bullcrap, you guys. But I get what you're saying. It doesn't prove anything to me. I read the transcripts now, and it's terrible, man. You guys don't send them no money. They're not going to be able to change those sovereigns. There's nothing they're going to be able to do to prove that they are real. It's that credibility is shot to hell. For those of you who are hearing this video first before the other one, I was pointing out the fact that on the website that they published, they were stupid enough to put a lot of details that if in real life would have gotten them killed. And I explained how that is. If you come from the corporate world or healthcare or anywhere, you need to be logged in. When you get your login for the computer, when you start working there, your login, there is a tracker on all computers. It keeps track of everywhere you go on a computer, every action that you take, whether you just go to a profile to look at it, whether you're making changes to a profile or any information in the computer, it logs that. And a big reason for that is, there's a lot of these industrial espionage out there where people are stealing from companies that they shouldn't. Each person is given a unique ID number, and that unique ID number, it follows everything you do, it tracks it. So you can run a report and you can find out who's been where. What they did is they gave a list of names of people that they said they found while doing their search, and they gave us a time frame from the start date to the finish date and claimed that the whistleblower still worked there. So it wouldn't take much for word to get out, and if people were truly the cabal, they would have seen that website and had a report that was ran, and you would have found all the people that went into those profiles, their unique ID number, and you would have been able to identify them, and they would have been killed. They're trying to claim that the Gideon comes from the intelligent field, and if that's the case, then he's failed as an intelligence person because he should have told them not to post that web page that just got them all killed. So let's go down to comments and hear what you guys got to say. Excellent reporting. I've been covering this for over 3 weeks. I'm glad more people are seeing it and calling it out. Yeah, Ridgedale, it's just, at first I heard it, I just said, it wouldn't be surprising to me. It wouldn't. That sounds like something that the cabal would definitely do. We know that central bank digital currency is coming out. That's legit. This CSRQ thing that they're talking about is dang near the same thing. So I was like, why do they need two different things? Doesn't make no sense. And says, I haven't come across anything like this. I'm choosing to not be a part of this and doing what I learned from harmonics reactor. I'm thinking my own old what I want. What you're sharing, Pimpy, I believe it's false as scare tactics. Yeah, I think more, I don't know so much as it's a scare tactic as much as you got to, there's a lot of con artists, let's be honest, out there on YouTube, and they think they could come up with something special and they want to be part of that intelligence secret community. So they just lie to people about their contacts and their so-called intelligence connection. It's just BS. So somebody thought they could do a elaborate hoax or hope to start conning people out of money. The reason why I thought they'd be conning people is because on the Q&A page, one of the questions is, can you change your category? Because there's 4 statuses, and the best one to be in is sovereign. And the sovereign allows you to have unlimited access to everything. There's no restrictions on you. Who doesn't want that type of freedom? And so on there it says, are you charging fees or are you trying to get subscriptions? What are you doing? Which wouldn't be, it's like a stupid question. So that was the way I was thinking, is this is a con job. They're going to start asking people for money to change their status. And so the whole thing is just a con. It really is. The longer I'm into YouTube, the more I'm realizing that people just found a way to use YouTube as a way to really con people, unfortunately. Came across this a few weeks ago, and my intuition kicked in and said, no, this is fake. No, great intuition, trust it. Then I heard somewhere later that they are trying to scam people. You pay them because they can hack the account and change your status. I am sure it is not cheap either. Oh, see, that was my assumption is what they were doing. Yeah, they're a con, they're a scam. I mean, it's ridiculous. Klaus Schwab says we will own nothing and we'll be happy. And I completely agree that they will implement something like a Chinese social scoring system in America and all over the world. They're trying. The real reason why they're trying to get us off stuff like oil and coal is because they actually need it in order to run the programs that they want to run. So you need the oil in order to make the electricity. Crazy rabbit. I'm so glad you covered that. I heard that Gideon Bill thing on Alaska Prepper. Then he got YT jail, oh, YouTube jail. I'm not sure what he was saying, but yeah, if I got him put in jail, that's wondering what the heck he said. Oh. Well, so glad you're covering this. No problem. Look, you guys bring something to my attention. If I got time, I'll go over it real quick. Preach, I like that. Sovereign citizen is an oxymoron. Love it. Well, the thing about Phil is true, and it's all over the internet. Oh yeah, so here's my thing. I can't stand when people say that kind of crap about other people. That's putting a lot of stink out there in the public. And if somebody's lying about it, even if the public found out that it was a lie all along, you still have that bad situation. Thank you, Pimpy, but I hate this topic. Glad it's not real. This is a scary time, and there are some scary things happening, and people need to do something about it. We can't sit back any longer thinking that we're eating popcorn and watching movies. Those days are gone. We hear about it all the time. It's just not true. And I've tried so many times to talk to people who are convinced there's clones out there in the whole 9 yards. And I'm at the point now where I've just done trying so hard to convince them because they're not going to change their mind. But I got to continue talking about it because I want to bring awareness. I had somebody challenge me, going, "Well, what are you doing about anything? What are you doing about anything?" What do you mean? What am I doing? You're watching the videos. I'm trying to bring as much awareness as possible. And I want to do things locally in my community. We have to start talking about all the alternative things that we need to do to fight this. And people need to do that. I mean, come on. They just raided a former president's house. If people don't stand up and get pissed about this, then the United States and this Constitution is truly dead. It's sad to say, but it's the truth. That should never be tolerated. I don't care what side of the political arena you're on, but the media has been the driver behind all this division and hatred, keeping us distracted from more important things. But for them to cover up for one side is ridiculous. What these people have done is shown us where our weaknesses are in our country. We have the three branches. They were supposed to all be able to check and balance one another, but what happens when they're all corrupt together? That's a sad situation. The website glows. Foreign hit list. Yeah, it's kind of weird. When you start looking at the names on there, and look, don't get me wrong, I'm not a fan of what Charlie and them do over there, but the fact that this person went out of their way and it's supposed to be some website exposing so-called cabal, and you would think there's a lot more important people with a lot more power and money than Charlie Ward and his friends. So when I seen that list on there, I was like, no, this is a hit job. It's clear as day. This person went after Trump, DeSantos. It's a fake website. The story's fake. It's all BS. This is completely fake. These guys are dangerous and need to be taken down. They have started rumors about people to destroy their reputation and are fooling people with this BS. It's a scam. Gloria, you're right. It is. Look, feel free to share my videos, you guys. Send them over to people because tell them to watch the video all the way through because it's towards the end where I expose that they're fake. Because if you come from the corporate world or anywhere else where you have a computer and employees are logging into it, you will have a unique ID number, and it doesn't take much to run an audit report on the computer and find out who these people are, and they'd be dead quickly. Hey, what do you think of my sovereign coin, huh? Yeah, that's right. I have a secret whistleblower that I have them change my status. Anyways, that's it for now. Hit the thumbs up button. If you're not a subscriber, please do so, because when you do, it helps out the channel, and I certainly do appreciate it. I'm out.